Hello and welcome. I hope you're safe and well. In today's exciting episode, I bead this jacket and I add some pineapples to the back. So it's a pineapple jacket with pineapples on it.
It's perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Perfect jacket.
So in a previous episode, I made this satin jacket out of golden fabric and it has adorable goldfish or koi fish on it. And it's from S9124, but I've modified it slightly. So this is it from the side and this is it from the back. It is very cropped, but I like it. But the next time I make this, I think I'll make the back a bit lower. Anyway, so these are all variations from the same pattern. Now it is time to take it down, unpin I haven't sewn up the sides. I've just sort of got it pinned at the moment so that I can do some beading. So now it is time. This is me showing you the goldfish. And my original idea was to do the beading all around so that you could see the fish. And you can see I've done one here and it just looked weird. It looked like I'd missed a spot on there. So then I sort of just worked my way up and I was like, no, I think I'll just bead everywhere and do the whole thing, because you couldn't really see the fish even though I'd left them. So here we are. What I'm using is yellow flowers, gold flowers, mustardy, pale mustard beads, as well as some see-through ones. And it goes bead, flower, bead, flower, bead. So there's 3 seed beads and 2 sequin in each stack. So it is taking a little bit of time, and by a little I mean a lot, but you know, we'll get there eventually. And I am using up loads of things. So yeah, I'd only done 4 bits of thread at this point. Now I have to go do some more work, but I quite like it. It's very cute. And as you can see, I just showed you all the needles. I have finished half of it. So look at all the work I did. All of those had thread on them. And now they've all been used up. So I've done half the jacket. And yeah, I think I can't really be bothered pinning it. I think I'll just drape it artfully over the mannequin so you can see what it's like with beading and without beading. I actually kind of like both sides. Normally I absolutely like the beading more than the plain one. But I can't remember the last time I used a satin fabric. So I don't know, I'm kind of mesmerized by its sheeniness. It's very pretty. But yeah, I like this beading. It's very simple because the lobster one is the last one I did, and that had quite a few different types of beads and beading in the same jacket. And before that I did the daisy, which also had a couple of different types. This is just one specific type of beading over and over again. I like it, but well, it's definitely unique, and I do like that each of my jackets is one of a kind. Okay, yes, I like this. I will continue. I will go and finish the second half of the jacket, and then I will be back. Hours of fun, hours and hours. So this is me working on the second half of the jacket. That's the whole half that's done. And I finished on the second half. I finished all of the front. I'm being very methodical on this side. And it's actually quite a lot easier. So I've definitely figured out how to bead. You sort of go from the hardest to reach bit, fill that in, and then do the edges, which are easier. And I've rolled up the sleeve, so that's out of the way. So now I have to do the back, and then I'll unpin the sleeve and do the sleeve as well. And here we go. Oh, so much time lapsed in between those two. But here we go. I have finished, and it is night now when I finish this. So yeah, it sort of looks like a pineapple now, doesn't it? I only noticed just on the last little bit, I was like, actually, this reminds me of the three-dimensionality of the skin of a pineapple. And because I haven't sewn up the sides, it does look rather bloated and round like a pineapple. And it reminded me that I've got these little pineapples. I've got like 15 or 16 of them, little glass pineapples. So I might get them out and maybe, because I don't know, this looks a little too, I know it's not plain, but because it's just one type of beading all over the entire jacket, it kind of seems plain to me, relatively. So these are my pineapples, and I think they would work best if they were hanging on a string of seed beads. So then I strung one up, and oh, this is me just trying to get a better angle on them so that you could sort of see them more. They're not quite as amber yellow as the jacket is, which means you might be able to see them, hopefully, when I hang them. So I've strung on beads, so it's like 5 or 6 seed beads, then the pineapple, and then another seed bead at the bottom to anchor it, and then I pinned it just over here. Ugh, I'm just so tired. I'll look at it because you can't really see it. What's the point in using these? I only have a few of these pineapples, and they're handmade ones. Oh, I thought maybe I could put them at the bottom, like 7 or 8 on each side, or I could put them on the sleeves, maybe, so they'd be dripping down. That would be cool, and you'd actually be able to see them. I don't know. I'm tired. It's late. I'm going to bed, and I'll think about it in the morning. But wow, this beading is just incredible. So glad it's done. Okay, I've actually finished making the jacket now. So yes, if you've seen the thumbnail or the intro to this video, you know that I end up putting pineapples on there, but I didn't know that at this stage. So we still look like a pineapple, and I'm still trying to figure out what to do with these pineapple shaped beads. And I decide that I'll just put it off because it just looks too big and round this way. And I do realize that there's a lovely curve on the back of the jacket, but I couldn't put them on this jacket until I fixed the sleeves and sewed them together. So I carefully took the jacket off the mannequin, carefully turned it inside out, and then pinned the 2 sides of the sleeve together and hand stitched them together. And then I pinned the lining into place once I'd done that to both sides. And so, yeah, then I just had to hand stitch the lining into place. I did the sleeves and the sides, but not the back. And I also did the front as well. So, yeah, I was pretty sure I was going to put the hang the pineapples down on the back, so that's why I left that one. And here we are. So the jacket is almost completely finished, but I left the back lining open, unsewn down, so that I could maybe do those pineapple beads. And yeah, I do think it needs a little something. It's really pretty, and you can't really see the goldfish or the koi fish in the design of the fabric anymore. I mean, if you know it's there, then you know what to look for and you can sort of see them. But yeah, it's kind of like when you're looking in a fish pond and there's loads of lilies on the surface, you can't sort of see the fish underneath. So I do like that about it. And here it is. So the back is very, very cropped. I think, yeah, definitely for the next one, I'm going to bring the back down a bit more. And also with the sleeves, it bothers me on the inside of the elbow. It's got that flabby bit. So I want to crop it up. But anyway, we'll focus on the pineapples for now. So yeah, I do have gold beads, and I do have clear ones that I was going to use yellow thread with. That's what I did on the rest of the jacket. But I just felt, because they've got the green bit at the top of pineapples, I felt like on their own the pineapple beads that I have weren't quite enough. So I was going to put a flower sequin above it to sort of echo the idea or make you think of the green tuft at the top, but also I like the gradation of the colours on a pineapple. So the seed beads, instead of just doing 6 seed beads in one colour, green or gold, I just did the gradation between them. And then because I've got 16 beads, I split it into, well, there's 15 here. I've got one left, so I will use that for my hungry little caterpillar jacket. But anyway, so I put a pin in each spot, and then I slowly went along and I added the strands. Here they are. So you tie and then you stitch the thread on, and then you add each of the beads, then you go back up through all the beads except the anchor bead at the bottom, and then you tie and then you stitch into the fabric, and then you knot them so each individual strand is knotted. That way, if one strand is pulled off, it doesn't affect any of the other strands. But hopefully that won't ever happen. But anyway, here we go. So you can sort of see it from the side, and you can sort of see that there's some design detail on the back. And then when you look at it from the back, it's adorable. It doesn't add as much weight as I would like it to. I think if you had more, if you had twice as many, it would look, I mean, I like the look of this, but it could have had more weight. And if you can't find any beads that you want like this, I have some other golden sort of ambery beads that aren't actual pineapples but look close enough to pineapples, especially if you're going to add that flower sequin at the top that sort of emulates that tuft. So yeah, it's very cute. But yeah, I feel like it could have done with a little bit more weight, but it's okay. But I would have liked it even more if it was a little heavier. And this is me just shaking the mannequin. So hopefully when I wear this, people won't come up behind me and just keep prodding me and going, I want to see the pineapples move, because that would be super annoying. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way that this jacket turned out. At first, I wasn't sure about the dark green bead, anchor bead, like the bottom bead. I was like, oh, should I undo it and make them gold? But I actually like it now. I think you need that sort of distinction of the green dot at the bottom. I think if it had been gold or amber, then it would have, yeah, I like it now. When I first did it, I was like, oh, it doesn't match the jacket, but that's actually a good thing. So this is me comparing the two sleeves. The lobster jacket on the left has a more tailored, it's all different angles. And then when you actually put it on, it looks like they're all the same. Whereas the gold jacket, the pineapple jacket, is just, the sleeve is just one straight line. And then when you put it on, it goes all like that, and it's sort of at all different lengths, which I don't like. So I think I'll tweak the sleeve, and I'll bring down the back of the jacket so that it's longer. But I do like this neckline. It's sort of more of a classic French jacket neckline, which I like. And the length, I lengthened it slightly, and I bought the 2 center fronts. I added back more fabric to that, and I quite like it. So I like pretty much everything about this except the sleeve. I just want to cut out some of the bagginess of that sleeve. See, you can sort of see the pineapples if you sort of under your elbow when you look at it from the front. If you're sort of looking just slightly from the side, you get to see the pineapples. It's very cool. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you've been inspired to make a fruit-themed jacket, or just do something really unusual, because this was so much fun. I bought it, speaking of weird things that I turn into jackets, I bought some Christmas fabrics, and one of them's a border print. So goodness knows how I'm going to manage to turn that one into a jacket. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try. Anyway, that is really it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. I hope I am so amused by these pineapples. You would not believe. It's just adorable. I've never done this type of beading before. Well, I suppose you could say the Kandinsky jacket has a similar type of, technically, beading, but yeah, very different outcomes. Anyway, really going now. Happy sewing and beading.